I have a lot of people and students asking me always the same questions. Ines, can you give us some tips or techniques that can give us some help and boost our skills to speak much better English? And just to know how to pronounce well and how to speak it very well and understand great. And when you are speaking to someone or to a native person, you're not shy, because you're not stopping into the phrases and searching for the words. And for today, I'm going to give you 5 important techniques actually to learn how to boost your English and how do you can actually speak fluently still until the end, because all of the 5 techniques that I'm going to give you are very important and very related on each other. So yeah, let's start. Hi everyone, hello, welcome back to another new video. I know it have been a while that I didn't come on here, I was so busy, but now I'm back. And welcome for the new people who maybe this is the first time for you watching this video. Actually, what I do in my channel English for a Better Life is that I help you to have some techniques and some methods to learn efficiently English and to know how to speak fluently English. And secondly, also sometimes I do some motivational videos to help you to boost your motivation and to get and to achieve also your goals. So the first important idea that you should all know is actually to practice speaking English regularly. This is one, if it is not the most important thing that I advise you to do. I always advise my students, because by the way, I have a school online, and I have some students, and I always tell them to actually practice speaking regularly. So if you are more interested how to subscribe, please leave me a comment and I will answer you, and all of the informations are in the bottom of this video. So what I was telling you is that if you want to improve your speaking in English, you absolutely have to actually practice it. The more you practice it, the more you're going to get better in it. And there is no magical recipe for that. I actually passed through that journey where I get to start from somewhere. I get to start, and I just didn't know how to do, but I did know actually that if I practice, I will succeed on it. And so this is actually what I did. I started by practicing little by little, and in the beginning, just to not lie to you, it was really awful, and I couldn't find the words, and I was stopping into my phrases. But what kept me actually, this motivation to continue is because it was my passion, and because I was determined to speak fluently English. And I didn't stop into it. I continued to speak fluently, or to just speak at least one time in the week. And sometimes when I don't find the words, I go and check on Google, or Google traduction, how do we say this word, and I was using that word into my vocabulary. And this is how you are going to expand your vocabulary, and how you're going to discover a lot of new words and a lot of new expressions. It's actually by practicing the language. The second advice and technique that I want to show you is actually to watch movies and TV shows. I know that maybe this advice have been given by a lot of experts or teachers, but actually this is a real, true technique that you are not just going to learn the language just like that, you're going to enjoy it. Especially if you're a fan of movies and fan of TV shows, you are going to enjoy the journey. I know that in our culture, Arabic culture, we really like actually to watch Turkish series and Hindi series, and maybe if you are watching Turkish series, you have noticed that now you are learning some word in Turkish, and this is how I want you to do exactly in English. I want you to pick a series or pick a movie. Actually, it's more interested to pick a series because then it's you are like related with the characters of the series and you want to watch more and what will happen. And just in the beginning, if you can watch it in English and have some subtitles in French or Arabic so that you can understand the general idea. I know that a lot of experts say that it's not great to watch it with subtitles, but I advise you to watch it with subtitles because it's annoying to not understand what the characters are saying in the movie or in the series. So that's the best thing to do. It's actually to make the subtitles, and with the time you will actually notice that it is just the same words and the same expressions that are used in this series. And so by 6 months or 1 year, you will even don't need those subtitles and you will understand the general idea just like that. But I want you to understand and to spend the same time that you are listening, I want you to spend it on practicing, okay? Because sometimes I have some students that have a great level of listening, but they can't speak. They understand me, but they can't speak. And the problem, here's the problem why. It's simply because they listen a lot, but they don't practice. And so for this reason, I want you, the same amount that you are listening, please practice and practice and practice. It's the most important thing. As you are listening to English or watching to English movies and also English series, I also want you to try to listen to some podcasts and some audiobooks so that you can improve your listening level. And everything is related, as I told you, and so the same amount of listening with the same amount of there is another technique that I really, really like, which is recording yourself and listening to it, listening to your to your pronunciation. Are you pronouncing the words in the correct way or not? And that's a very efficient and beneficial method to do, is to register yourself speaking or reading a book or something and then listening to your pronunciation. This technique will really help you to correct maybe your pronunciation, but also to correct the tenses, the vocabulary, and everything. It will, everything. If you can't find a native person to practice with, this is the best way to do, is to register yourself and to listen to what you are saying in the correct way. The final method that I will give you is actually read aloud. There are a lot of people who are fond of reading. So while you're reading, I really advise you actually to read aloud and to listen to your voice. That will help you to listen to yourself as you are recording yourself. Everything is related, and so reading aloud will allow you to listen to yourself more and to pronounce the words in the correct way. And to actually, by reading, you are going to discover some new ideas, so you're going to improve your skills. Maybe this book is about business, so you're going to improve your vocabulary on business. or maybe on something else. And this is the way to how you are going to expand your vocabulary and how you are going to learn some new words. As we know, books are really, really rich, even if you watch movies and series, but in the book we have this formal language, this formal English. And so I really advise you to do this method, especially reading aloud. So this was my 5 tips to help you actually to learn English and can especially speak it fluently, and can help you, you know, to expand your vocabulary and everything. I actually have more than 20 tips and techniques, but I just choose to make a very, you know, short video about it. So if you want to know more about these tips, please tell me in comments and I can do a second video about these tips to boost your speaking in English. So if you are new in this channel, don't forget please to subscribe in order to encourage me and to share this video with your loved ones and your friends and family. And I will say, see you soon. Bye.